Hey everyone, welcome to the King Cash Spiel out in Maple Ridge. I'm Melissa Saligo, joining you with Terry Palanchuk, and we're going to do some commentating here. We have Team Jackson-Baier versus Team Bowles in the third draw of the King Cash. Welcome, Terry.
Thanks, Melissa. Great to be on here commentating with you once again. It's been a while, so this is looking like it could be a really fun game. We got some sisters playing the sisters, so should be fun.
Yeah, we'll run down the lineups for you. For Team Baier, we have Carly Sandbeth-Craig throwing lead, Elizabeth Bowles throwing second, Kayla Wilson throwing third, and Steph Jackson-Baier throwing the skip stones. And it looks like there may be a bit of a change on the, that looks like Meredith Cole perhaps holding the broom there, Terry, for Team Bowles. Or Meredith Cole, I don't know what I just said.
I don't know Meredith Cole, Melissa, so I'll have to revert that to you.
I can't quite see the back, but I'm pretty sure it looks like they might even be playing with just 3 players. So okay. I believe that is Emily actually sweeping, if I'm not mistaken. So Emily Bowles is sweeping this stone. Meredith calling the game, and Gabby is Gabby Brissett just throwing lead stones there. So it looks like we're missing Mara Harris. That is indeed Meredith. So we are now up to date.
Well, it's always a bit of a challenge with 3. It seems to put a little bit of extra pressure on that one sweeper, but hoping they'll be just fine with that.
I forgot to add the ambient noise out there, Terry, so hopefully you can hear some of the curling action going on. It might make it a little bit more exciting.
Always adds a little bit when you can hear the excitement.
Oh, nice shot by Liz Bowles.
Real nice.
So we'll let you know what's going on around the rink here. We'll do our best to try and keep up on the scores, but you can also find the scores at curlingzone.com. But on sheet 1, we have Team Pierce versus Team Clyburn. On sheet 2, we have Team Fenton versus Team Ritchie. On sheet 3, we have Team Bork versus Team Raffelli. And of course, our sheet here is sheet 4. Sheet 5 is Team Park versus Montgomery. And on sheet 6, we have Team Connolly versus Team Gwinnard. Lots of good games going out there today. Terry, this is the third draw of the day already.
Lots of good games, and I think some of them are going to be really loud.
So it is looking like Gabby Brissett is throwing the first 3 stones, and then Meredith Cole, who is holding the broom, is throwing the second 3 stones. And Emily Bowles is going to be throwing the skip stones. And if I remember correctly, I do believe that Meredith is just maybe coming back from an injury, so that's possibly why she's not sweeping at the moment.
Yeah, it's tough when you're coming back from an injury, depending what it is, that you want to make sure your body is fully recovered before you get right back into the sweeping. Especially if they've only got 1 sweeper.
So Terry, it's going to be one of these ends where it's just pretty open, not much going on, and we usually see that first end of a lot of events that we commentate at.
Yeah, I found it kind of interesting, Melissa, some of the formats they've tried in some of the other events. We saw it in the points bet, where they allotted so much time for each half of the game. And so you really saw teams getting right into it right away, which certainly made it interesting from a spectator's point of view.
That's right. You have to remember these are only 8-end games, so you don't really want to waste too many at the beginning.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, pretty clean up and down.
One thing I didn't clarify before this game, Terry, or this tournament actually, is whether they're embracing the new no tick rule. I'm going to guess that they are, but I'm not 100% sure.
I would guess that they are, Melissa, being that they are. I know Curl BC is adopting that for their championships, correct? And
We are, yes, we are.
Curling Canada will be for their national events. So it would make sense to adopt that same rule so that teams are familiar with it.
Yeah, I think the tour events had their choice of whether they were going to or not. I assume, like you said, that most of them are going to. But we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see if we get that opportunity to look at that.
I guess we'll find out, maybe. Maybe not.
Hopefully.
So our very clean end has just changed a bit, where Team Jackson-Baier does have an opportunity to sit clean.
Yeah, unfortunately for Meredith there, she flashed that her last stone. These are one of the ones that you don't really want to miss this shot. This is a free opportunity for you to lie too, and that's a great shot by Kayla Wilson.
Great spot. Really no double opportunity there, where she could have her shoot or stick.
Two options here, Terry. They could obviously hit the one of the top 12 and roll in front of that stone that's back 12, or they can hit this stone that's really at the back 12 and try and roll towards the center. I think I would maybe select to hit the one near the center line and roll over, just because you have more house to roll to. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of like that too, Melissa. It's always a little bit daunting when you're hitting a stone that far in the back of the house and right on the edge of the 12-foot there. It's pretty easy to roll out, and a little bit tougher to get that nice big roll, but let's see if they prove us wrong.
That's a nice hit and stick.
Yeah. But it's still second shot, so Steph really doesn't have to worry about it, I don't think. She's comfortable with her draw weight.
Yes, I think this is the right call. If, as you say, she shot rock, there's absolutely no need to hit that. There's really not a lot of room for error on the takeout, so might as well try and draw to a good part of the house.
Yeah, even if she comes over in front of that one somewhere, that if they hit her, they might possibly get the jam.
So big shout out to our Curl BC crew on the ground there, Terry, Lindsay Shannon, and Will Sutton have done a great job setting this up for us. This year we're trying something new with our tour events to see how this streaming works, and so far so good.
The streaming has just been such a great advancement in these competitions, because they just don't get the television coverage, but that doesn't mean these teams don't have a lot of fans that would really love to be able to watch these games if they can't be there in person. So I just love that the streaming has given that opportunity. Girls working hard to try and get this one in. It's a little bit short.
That's a tough shot and a tough result there for Steph. I mean, they would have seen a rock probably come down the one before. They would have talked about the path. They would have talked about the weight. And, you can afford maybe to play up to that blue stone. I mean, the only thing you can't do, obviously, is what happened there, and that's come up short. So that's a really unfortunate result there for Steph Jackson-Baier.
Yep, she won't be happy with that. But, it's first end. Lots of game left.
Just for for the record, I am drinking tea, Terry, not wine, just tea.
Okay. It is Friday. It is 4:38.
It is Friday, you're right.
Well, I too have my water, Melissa, so we're good.
I didn't quite see the result other than I believe that Emily Bowles just flashed. And so they've handed it right back to Steph, and a great opportunity here now to score two.
Yeah, this, first game of this tournament, and playing with three, and so you just need time to settle into it a little bit, and you're already feeling like you're maybe at a little bit of a disadvantage throwing with just three players. But I don't know about you, Melissa, but sometimes when you get to throw, especially if we're playing at not the skip position, if you get to throw those three rocks, I feel like sometimes it's a little bit of an advantage for the thrower.
I would agree. And the other advantage is obviously these two teams got to watch the first two draws if they wanted to try and get some ice information and some rock information. So they should be feeling extremely comfortable going out there. And now it's ringing a bell that Margaret Harris, I believe, had an exam this morning, and she's probably on a ferry rushing to get to the last part of this game. So I think we'll see her at some point during this game.
Well, no mistake by Steph Jackson-Baier on that draw. I think she pretty much put it on the button, Melissa. So good bounce back on Steph's draw there.
Yeah, that was a great response, as you say. Just a reminder, you are watching the King Cash Spiel at the Golden Ears Curling Club. Harry and Melissa coming to you live from different parts of the country.
Well, the Golden Ears Curling Club is one of our favorite clubs to play in, is it not, Melissa? We've had some pretty good.
It certainly is. We just got a shout out from Curl BC, our Brian Chan, who's watching from the office, says that the stream is looking fabulous, as well as the commentator. So there we go. Everything's working well.
There we go. Good to hear. Love to have the feedback.
Right, start of end two.
Be interesting to try and get a little bit of a time on some of these draw shots, Melissa. It's not that easy to see the hotkey, but I'll give it a go. See if we can see what kind of speed we're getting on the draws on the ice today.
I would say good luck on that one. It's usually we have the camera a little farther out at the home end, so we can kind of see half the sheet, but it's actually quite far back, so you might have a little bit of trouble.
Now, are these cameras that are permanently mounted, Melissa, or do they move around from event to event?
These are iPads, believe it or not.
Oh.
And I know, and look at them. They look fabulous. And they do move from event to event, assuming that clubs would want them for streaming. This is our first time trying this new streaming platform. And the way we've got the commentators on here and as well. So we would like to have a minimum of 2 iPads per sheet. So if things go well with this game, Terry, we're going to actually maybe try and do a couple of games with the same setup.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I remember when we initially tried using the iPads for streaming, and it went well, but we were virtually just switching them from end to end, which got a little bit messy sometimes.
That's right. And they can actually be set up equal side by side without commentators, so that you can just see both houses the whole game, and nobody even has to do anything until the end of the game, which is awesome as well. So Yeah,
That's
so I think this is
fantastic.
going well, and we do like it so far. And if anybody has any comments or feedback, email lshannon@provc.ca. She will not be okay with that.
Or email msaligo@provc.ca.
So another miss there, unfortunately, by team bowls. They just don't seem to be putting the broom maybe in the right spot as they've started this game here. It's about the third flash, I believe, for that team. So they're just going to need to identify where they need to put that broom, remembering that they only have the one sweeper. So maybe upping the weight or dropping the weight, they'll have to kind of figure out a new strategy, I think.
Because they haven't really seen what kind of weight it looks like they're throwing. So, as you say, maybe they're overthrowing a little bit to compensate for that sweeper, but we shall see. That one in a nice spot.
Just a couple of updates thus far. It looks like Team Kelly scored 3 in the first end against Team Orr, and Team Park scored 2 over Montgomery to start the games on their sheets. And no other updates at the moment. Oh, great shot.
Oh, great throw.
Lovely. Really well done.
I tried to get a time on that, Melissa, and I think it was about a 9-second hog to hog, which is nice firm throw. Not excessive, but
yeah, that was a great shot by Gabby. She's a really strong takeout player, and she makes a ton of those kinds of shots. So good on her. But now that she's made the double, Terry, it looks like we may be looking at a pretty open end again. Thanks, Gabby.
Thanks, Gabby. Yeah, that was a fantastic shot.
So with that rock just outside the rings, it looks like Team Bowls is elected to try and come around it, which is a great call. They have hammer, and the 4-foot is wide open right now, so if they need it, it will be wide open for them, I think, and a couple of rocks from now as well. This is a really good call.
See if she can find her draw weight. Got about a 14-2 on that, so that tells me that the ice is running pretty nice.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
Yeah, the key there was to bury it. You obviously would have loved it above the tee line, but the number one thing in there was to bury it, to try and not give Team Jackson-Baier the opportunity to remove it from play.
So here, Steph would probably be quite happy to be buried as well behind that. Do you think she wants to come right down to the backwind, Melissa, or a better shot just to be fully buried, maybe just top 4?
Yeah, I think top 4 would be ideal. Obviously, they have a plan B if it's heavy, but unfortunately for this one, it's going to come up quite a bit light. Not in the ballpark there. That was a big miss. That's one of those situations, Terry, if you have a little bit extra weight, you have some play room. I mean, if you tick the guard, you roll both of them on, that's okay. If you're a little heavy and you come back to the back one and maybe tap a bit, that's okay. But coming up light there has really put Jackson-Baier behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah, and I mean, Emily or is it Meredith there that's holding the broom?
Meredith is throwing right now. Yeah.
Was pretty excited about her opportunity now. But kind of a staggered guard out there and a good opportunity to get one right in behind. Again, just a little deep. It's unfortunate. That was a great opportunity to just really tuck one in there.
We talk about so many opportunities for teams, and it's about taking advantage of the opportunities or the misses from your opposition. And so when Steph's team came up light, that was just a massive chance for Emily and her team to try and get another one in behind those two guards and really put the pressure and maybe create an opportunity for a 3-under. However, now it looks like at least one of these reds or blue stones will go away.
This angle, she's tapping the blue, so it looks like Team Bowles is still shot. Can't tell from this angle, but she did tap that rock, so.
And even if it wasn't, I don't think it really changes the shot at the moment. You can't really access the red one anyway. So I think that you really need to get another one buried in behind there in a better position, preferably above the tee line.
Yeah, I think the key is buried and maybe not quite as deep.
You can just see the ice, how much it's curling here.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a bit tight by any stretch of the imagination, Terry, it looks like it really, really finishes hard. So, a bit of a miss there by Meredith Cole.
Yeah, it's really a matter of who figures out the ice conditions sooner than your opposition. And I was watching a bit of the slam event currently happening in Niagara earlier today, and they were having that same issue that once a rock went, it was gone. Even with the strength of some of those sweepers, they couldn't hold it back. So it's knowing where that break point is, and maybe sweeping for straight right away, and then letting it go and sweep hard for curl at the end.
I'm getting to the technical side of things here is, you know, the way that we've always taught it, and now I know that the way they're teaching it from the national standpoint as well, is wherever you put the broom, you always want to be to the broom, sort of broom handle and out. You never want to be tight of that broom. If you're tight, you don't really give your sweepers an opportunity to manage the rock as it comes down the ice. So if you're always to the broom or a little bit on a little set to the outside, and Terry, you probably heard me say that numerous times. I
was just going to say, I remember a coach telling me that many times from someone who has that tendency to be a little bit tight.
It's
absolutely
such
right.
a key thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a perfect shot there by Stephanie.
And that is the perfect spot. You just top four. You're buried. Now they really don't have any other choice but to do a run back. Yeah, Steph's got to be happy with that. It's really nice as a skip if you can find that draw weight early in the game, because you know you're going to need it.
This is a big shot here for Emily Bowles, trying to play the run back, straight back on that redstone. And if she can stick it, we think she'll be line 2, because we do think that blue stone is still shot on the bottom right-hand side there of the house.
Well, that's what we've been led to believe. So.
Oh, I think it's just over curling a bit. Oh, really close.
Those are tough. They're, you know, I mean, you're out just a centimeter or two and it can make a huge difference. We're going to have to go to a new path now, so we'll see how it runs. Now, in these events, Melissa, do they get the opportunity for practice before their game, or are they just coming out and doing their draw to the button?
They did have a practice, I believe, a 10-minute practice. I didn't get a chance to see it all, but a 10-minute practice before the game, I'm assuming. and then they had their draw as well. And Team Jackson-Baier obviously getting closer to the button and winning that draw to the button to get hammer in the first end.
So they may have seen a little bit of, they may have had an opportunity to see this path a little bit, so we'll see how close they are.
Yeah, but it's about, what, about 3 more inches, I think, than she threw on her previous one. So it should be very close if she throws the same weight and give the team the opportunity to get it there. But looks like they've had to sweep this from pillar to post almost to try and get it as far as they can. I'd love to be second shot here or first. I think they are.
I think their first shot, Melissa.
Yeah, it looks like they're 1 and 2, I believe. So Terry, really, the options here?
Well, she can't hit and be shot unless she, no, because even if she managed to double back that red, the one over there at 8 o'clock is still a danger rock. So draw the full 8. What do you say there, Coach Melissa?
So it looks like you can see where the broom is. Emily's had to go out quite a bit farther now than Steph Jackson, so she's going to have to really be careful of the weight out here. It should be still fairly fresh. This is a tricky shot because you don't know how much it's going to curl, and at the same time, do you throw that little extra weight because you're out farther, or does it curl more? So it's a really, really tricky shot. It looks like it's straightforward, but it is very tough here.
No, they definitely haven't thrown out in this path yet that we've seen. Looking pretty good. She's got to get it there, though.
Oh, what a great shot. Oh boy, is it close. What a fantastic shot. That didn't curl very much, really. Only about a foot and a half.
Oh, it didn't.
Are we going to measure, I think, here?
I think we have our first measure of the game, Melissa. Do we have a wager?
I'm going to go with blue, even though we can't see it. We have no idea.
Well, I'd like to think it's blue and keep this game nice and close, but from this angle, it's really hard to tell. But I think I'll go with red.
So this will either be 3-0 for Jackson-Baier or 2-1 for Jackson-Baier. Just see if I can find a couple other scores here for you. Not a lot of updates yet.
Oh, it's nice to see them using the laser, Melissa.
Oh, that's awesome, is right.
Yeah. We're so used to the big measuring devices that you set the needle and run it around. Leave the laser.
Someone very special watching today, Terry, and I just want to give a huge shout out to Jordy Bear, who's watching his mom, Pearl, right now. He's sitting with his nan watching this game. So hi, Jordy from Zia.
That would be your godson, I believe.
It's my godson.
Aww.
So they use the laser, Terry, and I don't think they've actually come up with a solution maybe yet.
Well, if they have, they're not letting us know.
The rocks are still sitting there.
Maybe they need an unbiased opinion to come out and do it.
I wonder if they have to go get the actual measure here as we wait to see what's happening.
I personally have not used a laser to measure. Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. So I'm not sure if there's a trick to using them, or maybe it just wasn't working properly.
Well, and that looks like Patty Caldwell, if I'm not mistaken, that's come out to be the official.
Doesn't get much better than Patty.
Absolutely. Big thanks to Patty for coming out to help with this event.
Absolutely.
She'll figure it out for the girls.
Patty's been such a great long-time coach, official, not a coach, official for Curl BC, and now officiates at many of the national and international events. So kudos to Patty.
Okay, so I do believe it was 1 blue. Do you agree with that?
Since they put a blue rock out to throw first, I would agree with that.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I chose blue.
Yes, I believe you did, but you did have first choice. So I really had no option but to take red.
Well, that doesn't mean I didn't win, so I do win the bet, just for clarification. And so I will collect my money later.
I was just going to say you win the bet, which was really for nothing.
I'm sure it was
Other
money.
than bragging rights.
I'm pretty sure it was money.
We'll see about that as the game goes on. Maybe there'll be another one.
Okay, sounds good. All right, just a quick update here on the sheet. As we're looking at it on the right now is teamwork. They did score 1 in the second end, so they are now down 1-3 against Team Pelly. And for the men's teams, just trying to find some here. We have Team Flybrink with a 2-0 early lead on Team Pierce, and Team Fenton with an early 3-0 lead from Team Ritchie, and a 1-0 lead Team Bernard over the Americans Team Connolly. And that is the current update at the moment.
So you said an American team, Melissa?
Yeah, Team Connolly is here. They are from Seattle, Washington.
Awesome. That's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a chance to look at the full team roster for both the men's and the women's events to see if there were many, out of state, out of province teams that have entered.
I think on the men's side we have 1 Korean team, Team Kim, who are on the ice right now. And on the women's side, I believe it is all teams from BC.
Oh, it's always nice to see some international, especially, or teams that we might not get a chance to see that often competing in these events, and it gives these teams a good opportunity to play against them as well.
I think it's great. Of course, lots of curling going on this weekend. There's an event in Edmonton. There's obviously the tour event, or slam event, the tier 1 and 2. There's also an event in Saskatchewan, I believe, as well, that I was watching earlier. So yeah, there's lots going on across the country. So with that first rock of Team Bowls there, it is pretty much in no man's land. That's pretty far up for a guard. You want that one really nice and tight. Team Jackson-Baier making no mistake. Harley getting that one right in behind on the forefoot. And so a chance here now with Team Bowls. And we'll find out right now, I think, if I guess the no tick rule, maybe we're already through the 6th rock. Terry, I haven't been counting.
We shouldn't be, because Carly is throwing lead stones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I could have been wrong. This is Liz throwing now, and that was Gabby throwing her third rock. So we must be on the on the sixth rock. So
maybe the commentators should start paying more attention.
probably.
What do you think of the no tick rule, Melissa? Is it something you like? Something you think the teams like?
Honestly, I feel like it's going to be a short-term fix. When the tick was allowed and the leads played it and learned it and pretty much dominated it, I feel like the same thing's going to happen here. However, at least with here, you know, you will have more rocks in play, but I don't know. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it. I have some other changes I would probably like to recommend rather than the no tick rule, but I won't.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. The beauty of this game, and I tell this to the people I work with, the novices at our club, and I tell them that, sure, I've curled for a long time, but I've relearned the game I don't know how many times over the course of my curling career, and it just makes for a fabulous game, because there's always people looking at how they can make it better, because the players are just getting that much better, and you know, how can you make that whole game experience better for everybody?
I agree, and you know, and I mean, I think it will make it more challenging for, you know, especially the development teams. Maybe not as much the elite teams, but I mean, there's still the chances. But one of the things, if anyone ever wanted to listen to me ever, is that I believe if you blank an end, you should lose hammer. I really do.
Yeah, the idea of being able to just blank and retain the hammer. I would side with you on that one, Melissa, because, like I say, that rule that they adopted for the points bet, where they split the time into the two halves of the game, so nobody was blanking because they didn't have time, and they needed to get the game going right away. Oh, is right. Yeah, that one looked like it was coming pretty hard and fast, Melissa. Maybe they're just not quite throwing the weight for the broom.
I think you're right. I mean, they've got a pretty strong brushers, but you know, especially Gabby, she's pretty strong, and you've got to give her a chance to be able to do something. And if you're throwing that really high, hard weight on you know, I know they're playing the double, but you want to make sure you make contact. And there's not much Gabby can do with a stone that speed.
Right. And it doesn't have to be going that fast to make a double. We've all seen that.
Agree, especially if you said what it's running 14 and a half or something. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a perfect spot there.
Perfect position. So looking for a little hit and roll over to the side here.
Yeah, hit and roll, or even the double here again, but hit and roll is I would think would be preferred if you can put it right on top.
Mm-hmm.
She's close, Terry.
Oh, she got it. Well, she did get the double.
Shot. Great shot. Nice call by
I think that red one's out, Melissa. Again, it's pretty hard to tell because we're not right above, but
I think so. Don't seem overly concerned about it. So Steph's just going to have a quick look before Kayla throws here. So, yep, it is out. Otherwise, she'd probably be coming more towards the middle.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying it's the second year that this team has been together, Melissa, the Jackson-Baier team?
Yes, it is indeed the second year. And we've got a pretty much of a scramble out there of teams, Terry. For the Canada West, we have Canada West champions on this ice. And that was Meredith, who was on the team from Team Bowls. And Kayla Wilson, who's coming down right now, actually skipped the team. And she's on the, obviously, Jackson-Baier team, as well as Liz Bowles, who's on the other team. So, yeah, they mixed together. And Gabby was also on that team as well. And Mara Harris, who's not here yet, who I'm sure is ripping,
Scrambling
to try and get to the club.
Not easy on a Friday afternoon coming through.
No, I warned her.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes curling so interesting. You can see teams that have played together and now they're on different teams, and they're all friends. I mean, it's a great community.
It truly is.
Nice separation of the house there by Kayla.
That was better weight, I think. A little bit more manageable.
Better weight. Yeah, just wasn't able to hang around. So it gives Stephanie the opportunity to split the house again.
I see our Canadian mixed team won the quarterfinals today at the Worlds, and they're now heading to a semifinal.
That's fantastic.
You've been following it?
Yes. And that's just a really fun, really good team. And I mean, I know they'll just be fantastic ambassadors for Canadian curling over there. Laurie St. George especially, she's just a wonderful young woman.
The chance here for Stephanie to split the rings again. Would love to just put this on the tee line or just a little above. Try and keep her 2 in place here for 3 more rocks. Uh-oh.
A little deep.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
An unforced error there by Stephanie. She had that perfect draw on the previous end to the 4-foot. And then a little extra weight, unfortunately, on that one. So great chance here for Team Bowls now to limit the ability for Team Jackson to score more than one.
The important thing here too is to just make sure she sticks. Doesn't want to roll out on this one.
Shot.
And she does exactly that. Very nice shot.
We'll give a big shout out here, Terry, to the Golden Years Winter Club and the managers, Dean and Shannon Jonice, who have done an awesome job of putting this event on, and all of their volunteers, and of course, Earl King, King Cash. And I know they've got a ton of volunteers helping make this happen. And it's been pretty much a full slate of teams here for a very long time. So the winners of these 2 events, if they are indeed BC teams and they have not got a place at the provincials yet, they will actually earn a berth to the provincials, the BC championships. And if the winner does have one or is ineligible, then the second place team has the opportunity of getting a berth if they are still eligible. So big things on the line here for this event.
And that's fantastic for a team to know that they have that berth early in the season. It takes some of that pressure off, and they can just really focus on their training and choosing their events.
Nice shot there by Steph J. I'm just going to call her Steph JB. It's a little bit easier. Hopefully she'll be okay with that.
It's a little bit shorter. And that was a nice, really nice control wave hit as well. I like to see that.
Looks like Team Hafeli scored 1 in the third end, so they've got a 4-1 lead now over Team Ward. And that's them on our left-hand side now as we see it on the big screen. And on our game, it's still 2-1 for Team JB. And Montgomery has scored 2 in the third to tie it 2-2. And not much else to update at the moment.
You know, Melissa, I find it really encouraging to see teams like Catholic and Bowles, whom you and I have both watched come through junior ranks, and now they're battling it out at the women's level, and it's just fantastic to see that they're still at the game, they're getting better, and it's really refreshing to watch.
And I believe both teams will still be competing at the U21s this year, as well as playing in the ladies' events, if my understanding is, the ladies' playdowns, from what I've gathered.
That's fantastic.
So good setup here by Bowles by putting that one in the forefoot. Would have liked it a little closer to the center. Guard from Carly, just maybe overpulling a little bit, but it is still a corner guard.
Now, Stephanie and Carly Craig, I guess it is now, or does she go still by Sandwich? But they have a good history of curling together, and with some national experience in different events, whether it be mixed or women's. It's great to see them still playing together.
Yeah, I think Stephanie's been to, and I'll probably get this wrong, but a mixed nationals, Scotties, and a mixed doubles nationals as well. So,
that's what I was thinking as and I can't tell you how many, but I know she's been to all 3.
Yeah, I lost track how many junior nationals she went to as well, so I just can't keep track anymore. So the team goals, Terry, I'm not sure if they called that one in or if that one was supposed to be short. It would have been better if maybe a little bit shorter. So
I don't think she was looking for it to be quite that deep, but it did its job as a guard.
Yeah, and you saw her put her broom down this time. She wants it just outside the rings, preferably. So it's 5:15, Terry. I know you've got a big game yourself this evening up in the Nanaimo Curling Center.
Big game in the Friday night mix league.
Well, if you have to take a few minutes a little bit later to start stretching, we understand.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll hit the ice running. Yeah, curling is making us a recovery at the Nanaimo Curling Club, I'll say. It's been a little slow, but we're hopeful to get those numbers back up again. What was really encouraging for me this year is we're running a Learn to Curl program, and it was not only full, but it had a waiting list. So
wonderful. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Really good.
So double chance here now for... Oh. Would love to have kept their shooter in play. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that does work out.
Yeah, it's one of those where maybe you didn't get the double, but if you can get that little roll hidden in behind that corner guard that you put up earlier, that's a win. So see if she can get this guard a little bit further out. Make that double attempt a little bit tougher.
Yeah, this would be great. Just outside the rings, maybe showing them, showing your opposition a hoop on the outside, so they can't get a hit and roll under by any means. Ice looks fantastic, though. Obviously, having lots of curl in it and running about 14.5 seconds.
Yeah, so that would call for a little shout out to Dean Janice, the ice maker for sure. Dean always does a nice job on the ice. I'm assuming it's Dean doing it, being it's his club.
And he's probably on his own this weekend because I do believe his wife Shannon is playing in the event with Team Ryan. So she's going to be a little busy.
Just a little busy. Yeah, I saw that game went to an extra end, I believe, in the first draw. Good close game.
So it looks like...
Yeah, and they did exactly that, Melissa. They're just showing her maybe, well, probably a good chunk of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, that was pretty close to being perfect. So chance here now for, I think we're on Game Stones. Get a hit and maybe a flop under because that rock, there's quite a bit of separation between the guard and the rock in the house. Well, this one's over curling. Well, it looks a bit light. Oh, that was Liz, I believe. Sorry. I'll just say I'm getting confused because of the 3 curlers. I don't know who's the second in the lead, so let's say that. Team Bowles has an opportunity to put a ton of pressure here on Stephanie Baier, but that one really needed to be above the tee line.
I was going to say it would have been perfect. It would have just stopped when you started speaking about that. So, yeah, it came a little deep there and left the door open for Team Baier for sure.
I like this call. I don't really think that there's any need to hit anything, especially those 2 behind the tee line there. So I really love this call. Try and get one in there, shot stone, maybe buried behind the red guard. And if it's a little heavy and wide, you could put it come right down to those 2 blue ones at the back as well.
Yeah, it comes right in there. It's really limiting the chance for Team Bowles to get their deuce, which they would love to get. This looks pretty nice. Just bounced off.
So unfortunately, it looks, Terry, like they were sweeping for line first, and then once they knew they were by, they just had that couple extra feet of weight. So not a lot you can do with that one because it was sort of an in-between. But they are second shot, I believe.
I would say yes. I would go with red being second this time.
So Team Bowles would love to put this just biting the top 4 around that red guard. But it looks like
it's she doesn't want to come deep. Well. Yeah, that's a little tough sometimes as a thrower when you know you've just put one a little bit deep and then you just come up a little short. It's unfortunate. Put some pressure on your sweepers, that's for sure.
So I think Steph has the opportunity here to play the exact same shot she played on her first one. I know she's looking at right now trying to get rid of shot stone. So depending on how she's hitting this, so if she hits it on the wide side and hits it across the forefoot and rolls over, she's going to expose the stone that will now be shot. And that won't be any good if the opposition has a chance to hit it. And if you try and cross it and for any reason run it back and hit your redstone, that's not good either. So this is a very, very difficult shot.
I kind of like your first call there, Melissa, that she do the same shot she just thrown. But might prove us wrong here.
Well, she was calling board weight, but actually I think she got away with it. I think they're sitting 1-2.
I would say it's pretty close because that was really just what back four weight. But it turned out really nice for Team Baier.
It did.
Well, Steph's a veteran skip. She's a veteran player. She's not going to make too many strategy errors.
Taking a peek on the sheet next to us there, Terry. I don't know if this is Sarah Work's last stone, but she is drawing, I think, against 2. Or 3, it looks like. And she's down 4-1 right now. Might not be last stone. I don't know that for sure, but...
She just rolled off.
That might have scooted in for a second shot. That looks like a steal of 1 for Team Kelly. Look at that, a live update.
It's even a little bit hard. I don't know about your screen, Melissa, but it's a little bit hard sometimes to distinguish the colors of the rocks when they're over on the other sheet. My window is too small. Oh, I guess I can make it bigger. Oh, yeah. There we are. I just saw the button to make the screen, to expand the screen.
See, we're still learning.
Difference. First time using the program. All good.
Yeah, it's
Well, again, this is a pretty nice setup for Team Baier. What do you like here, Melissa?
Well, I think
coming in and
going around
past the forefoot.
Yeah, sitting top 4 would be ideal. I think you do want to bite the 4 here. I believe Stephanie has the hammer, right, Terry? Counting on you for memory. Yes, she does have the hammer.
Stephanie has the hammer. Yes, she does.
Yeah, so if she can ever get this one top 4, she doesn't want to set up a double or anything, but if she can get, just ensuring that she's either first, second, or third shot, that's key. You don't want to go behind the tee line here and have Emily Bowles take the end away from you.
No, this is a great setup. See if I can get a time on Stephanie's rock. Sweeping it, which is a good sign. I got a 15-9, so
it's probably pretty close. It did over curl. These are one of those situations where, for Stephanie, she would have loved to if that stops where it does on the other side of center, right? To take this chance away from Emily Bowles to get to the 4 foot. So that one's just a little bit light and over curled. So huge opportunity here now for Emily to take this end away from Team JB.
Yeah, if she can come right in there now, it really will take the end away.
She could actually even, I think the tolerance here, Terry, if I'm not mistaken, she could probably come to one of the back ones as well and be second shot or shot rock. You have to be shot. You don't want to give Steph even an opportunity for 2, but if you come even a little bit deep half buried, you should be okay.
Got lots of backing back there, and we all like having backing. What about a
pitch heavy here?
Yeah. Again, if she'd just been a little bit further over, that would have been okay. Now she's given Stephanie lots of back.
We think this is a draw for 3. This is last stone?
Yeah. Really shows you how an end can turn around, because it wasn't looking all that juicy for Stephanie there for a while. But that one really nice shot changed things around. Just adjusting her broom there, Melissa?
Yeah, I think so. I think the key here, though, probably close to the same broom she just took on the previous one. Maybe an inch more.
A little more weight.
With the right weight, it would have been perfect. It wouldn't have overcurled. So it was really close.
Is waving her off. That's pretty nice.
Must think they can go to the back one, obviously.
Yeah.
Which it looks like she can. So it looks like a 3-ball on the board with Team JB. All right.
And again, just an 8-end game, so we're at the halfway point already.
I was just going to ask what end it is.
You're relying on me for the memory, remember?
Couple updates. We have the young Team Fenton over in sheet 2. They have a 6-1 lead over Team Ritchie. And Team Clavering 3-1 over Team Pierce. Connolly 2-1 over Glenard. And Team Park from Korea has a 3-2 lead over Montgomery. And we did see the Team Warwick Capelli game, I believe, it was 4-1.
They have not put up the 4th end score, so I didn't really see what happened in that last end. Or they're in the 4th end now. They're a little bit behind our game.
I think
can't really see.
Jackson-Baier with sorry, Terry.
No, you go ahead.
All I was going to say is with a comfortable lead that Team Jackson-Baier is going to be looking to put her first 2 rocks probably in the rings and try and keep it a little bit more simple now.
And it's as if she heard you, Melissa. I was just going to say, we know that the Golden Ears Curling Club has a great viewing area upstairs, so really hoping there's some fans up there watching this live action.
Sorry, I'm multitasking here. Keep me online here.
Bulls is just struggling a little bit here to. Seems like they're trying to figure out what their game plan is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's broom placement or just maybe the way that they're letting go of the rocks, or a bit of a combination of them both.
Yeah, probably came a little deeper than Stephanie wanted, but still in the house.
Probably should thank our additional sponsors, obviously Pro BC and the government of BC, who's provided a grant for all our tour events this year. So we are very happy to be able to bring you this streaming on the Golden Ears Curling Club in Maple Ridge, and be our testers to see how it works.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, without the funding that we do receive from, the various sports arms of British Columbia and other funders, these events just can't happen.
That second guard was a little bit better in terms of line carry, but needed to be probably a bit tighter, but hopefully Team Bulls will be able to use it. And this rock looks quite a bit heavy.
Heavy. That's a little bit of a surprise there.
I'm not sure what she was playing. Was she playing the tap, maybe?
No, I think the call, if I saw it correctly, is staff had just tapped sort of the top 12, maybe bite the 8.
Oh.
Just got a little excited on the throw, maybe. The Team Bull is just looking to maybe get a little tap and roll over behind the guards that they've put up there.
I think for Team Bulls, I'm not sure that takeouts are going to be the way back into this game. I think they need to try and either use the guards that they've thrown, or maybe throw some tap backs and freezes. Terry, I don't think hits are the solution at this point.
Yeah, I love the idea of maybe a freeze or even just a little bit of a tap, and give yourself some backing back there. Get some more rocks in play and try and generate some opportunity. And Steph says, "I'll take that guard."
Yeah, the only problem with that shot by JB team is that it does just sit right on the tee line, right? So it does give a fantastic pass here now for Team Bulls to freeze right on top of it and be
come right in there. Well, she would be second shot, Rob. Melissa, there still is one in the fourth.
Oh, yeah, sorry, second shot, Rob. See, that's why you're here.
Somebody has to keep you in line.
That's right. Mine doesn't work as well as it used to.
Oh, the mine's still pretty good.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate because that was a golden opportunity. You like this call, Melissa? Stuff putting a guard on that lone forefoot?
I don't like to put a guard on when you're up 5-1, but you know, typically you'd be probably looking at trying to peel, but there's just too many guards now to peel. There's 3 up there, so I do like this call. You don't want to really come into the rings though, Terry, because if you do, you give a hit and roll opportunity for Team Bulls to try and get out of this end and maybe get a double score. So just shy of the rings would be okay. Freezing to the one in the house isn't bad either. That wouldn't be too bad, but it have to be a perfect freeze.
And they might be doing exactly that. Yeah,
Like
I
that.
don't mind that at all. Just like that. Sounds like the men's teams are getting fired up out there, Melissa.
I think so. It's so great to see so many teams at this event. Oh, fantastic. I wish we could watch all the games. So they talked about the draw, freeze again, and now they've also talked about maybe the hit and roll, which is, as we know, a very, very difficult shot to hit and roll. But if you don't make your draw perfect, I think Team JB will be all over you and protecting those 2 rocks in the forefoot. So how about even nosing this, Terry? Does that help you out at all?
Well, I don't hate that because if she does make a really nice draw around that corner guard, Team Baier still has 2 rocks in the forefoot that she has to deal with at some point, and they are frozen, so it's tough to get rid of both of them in one shot, unless you throw a really hard hit.
Yeah, I don't think you can get rid of both and keep your shooter. So I guess they're playing the hit and roll right now and just trying to remove one and maybe push the other one out a bit. But I'm wondering about the nose hit here for Team Bulls right on top and, you know, seeing what Steph does with that. Oh, she's very close.
Very close. If she could have just stopped that roll a little bit more, I mean, had a little bit less of a roll, it could have been ideal. It's tough too when especially if you're just playing with 3 and you feel that momentum start to shift in a game. Sometimes it can be really hard to get that back.
Yeah, very good point.
But as we've seen, anything can happen.
This is very true.
Coming right up again. Not quite frozen this time.
So same 2 shots she's looking at. And it looks like they're going to elect to play the hit and roll again.
With a little bit more stagger on those rocks, Melissa, it almost looks like she maybe could get rid of both of them and get a roll.
Yeah, it's hard from her angle. I don't think she can probably roll it that far, but we'll see. I mean, the important thing is if she's playing the shot is to ensure that her shooter does roll towards that other red stone and at least be
And
second
stick
shot.
around. Yeah,
This one looks like it's curling a lot.
it's really over curling.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. That's
Oops.
unfortunate. It was nice weight too. It was really nice weight to get that roll, make that contact and get a nice roll.
I think for Steph, I can't exactly see where they're putting the broom, but I think anywhere probably on the center line is not a bad shot.
Yeah,
You don't really need to come near the
looks
forefoot.
like
You
they're
don't want to give them
calling for
an
the
easy.
guard. Yeah, she didn't really tap her broom in the house, Melissa. I think she is just looking for the guard.
Yeah, that would be good. Terry, are you still there? You look frozen.
I'm here. I was actually trying to look back and see who won it last year, and I'm not having luck finding that. Green Pass champion. Looks like a Japanese team won it last year. That would be on the men's side. I didn't see on the women's side. So the guard ended up in a nice spot outside of the house, but do you think maybe she could have been a little bit more over? But it certainly did the job of protecting it, the forefoot.
It does leave a lot of space there, though, however, for Team Bowls to try and get in there and get shot rock.
Really does.
I think Steph would have liked a couple feet tighter for sure.
It's a tough position there because you think she's probably not going to hit. So where's the best place for your rock to really be the best guard? This is looking pretty good. The line looks great.
Did you find out who won the women's last year?
No, I didn't.
My sources say that Steph won it last year.
Oh, so we have the
I don't know if my
defending
source is
champion.
correct. I didn't ask. It was just an unsolicited source. So
I would
you
guess
could
your
confirm
source
or
is
deny
probably
that source.
accurate.
That was a fantastic shot there by M.
That was a great shot. There's a lot of pressure there. She's down 4 points and she's looking at 3 red rocks in the house. Great shot. It looks like there may be room though for Stephanie to actually come down and tap that out of there.
I think so. And she actually could even, if she happens to be a little wide, she has the chance of playing off her own a little bit, like if she happened to be a little wide. So probably a pretty good opportunity here to get this out. I have a second source saying that it was indeed Stephanie. So I can only count on my people. My people are never wrong.
Never.
And I'm hoping that the source that just texted me is close to getting to the club. Your team is waiting.
Oh, she might be over curling here, Melissa.
Oh, boy. Oh, she will not be happy with that.
Comes back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, Melissa. You don't want to be tight. Because you're absolutely right there. If she ever was a little bit wide, she had her own red rock to kind of bounce off her. So how quickly the tables can turn. It's hard to tell whether red or blue is shot at this point. I think maybe it's blue.
I'm thinking it's blue based on the fact that they seem pretty confident in drawing here for 2.
Mm-hmm. Sweepers on and off. Always a good sign.
That is looking really good here. Gabby to finish it.
What nice finish on that
great
rock.
Air drops by Emily Bowles.
It's a great shot.
Who needs 4 players? I think Mara's stuck on a ferry right now. All right, 2 on the board. Great end there. Great finish to the end by Team Bowles. Climbing back in this game.
Yeah, and a few rocks ago, she probably wasn't thinking that she had the opportunity for a deuce. So shows you how quickly things can change.
So it looks like Belly stole another one in the previous end, so they're up 6-1 over Team York. And now, as we just saw, Team Bowles with 2 on the board, climb back in 5-3. And not a lot of changes that I can see on the men's scores. I think my dogs are scratching at the door to come in. They're like, what are you doing in there? The door closed.
Yeah, a couple of really low-scoring games on the men's side.
Sorry, Terry. I was just going to say, Steph's going to have to shake those ones off and try and regroup here for this end. They've been playing very, very well, making the most of any misses from their opposition. So great momentum booster for Team Bowles, however.
Absolutely, and I mean that's just so big in the game of curling. But again, Steph's, I hate to use the word veteran because she's still a lot younger than both you and I, but she's just a great player, and she'll brush that off.
Well, if you have a mom and a coach like Elaine Degg-Jackson, you probably have learned a lot along the way, and I'm pretty sure that Elaine is watching this game as well with my godson Jordy.
Well, we hope she's watching.
I bet you she's not having tea though. It's a wonderful shot there by Team JB to get that one just the top 4. Nicely done by Carly. Sound with Craig, so it's another hyphenated name, so SC for short.
Getting harder and harder to fit some of these names on the back of their jackets.
Yeah, I agree.
And another nice shot. The leads are really, really stepping up to the game here. Great to see.
Yeah, lovely end here. Looks like we have one final, Terry. Team Fenton with an 11-1 victory over Team Ritchie.
Wow. That is a significant score. And again, I know the Fenton team is again one of the younger teams. I don't know Team Richie. Maybe you can enlighten me on that team.
Yeah, Team Richie's one of, they've been around for a while. They're a men's team out of, I don't want to get this wrong, but I want to say the Vancouver club.
Okay.
And actually Trevor, he himself and I believe, sorry, I don't want to miss the game. You got to keep an eye on the game if I'm looking at other things. So Trevor and Kevin, who plays third for him, they're actually both in the high performance program this year. So we're really glad to have them there. And I believe that Will's had a chance to work with them.
The Vancouver club is truly one of the most beautiful clubs we have in the Lower Mainland, in my opinion.
And I do apologize if I get that wrong, but I'm guessing it was a Vancouver club. From memory only, and you know how good my memory is. All right, so chance here looks like they're just
really
debating
nice
about what to do here.
And again, I don't think you need to throw a lot of weight on that feet, Melissa. You can just sort of get them back.
Oh, she's close, Terry. She's close.
You need to get really nice shot.
Wonderful shot. Really nice.
Yeah, you're seeing a little more spring in their step, and getting that deuce that last end, I think, really gave that team some spark, which is great to see. I don't think Steph has a lot of this one, but probably enough to make the double.
I think so. They want to make sure you get a piece of one of these two on the center line for sure. If for any reason you overcurl, you got to get rid of that center guard no matter what. But this looks really close to being a fantastic shot here. Oh, great
what a great shot. Really nice shot. Going to play the hit and attempt a little roll behind the center line guard.
Yeah, she actually looked at drawing if you saw her first indication, but you know, you're only down 2 right now. You don't want to leave 2 opposition stones in the rings, I don't think. You're trying to get some momentum going here, which you did on the last end. So I like this call. Try and hit and roll either in front of the other redstone or more towards the center if you can. Get it buried. Oh, what a fantastic shot. Beautiful.
Beautiful weight. Really nice shot. So Steph says there's enough of that. Let's get rid of this guard.
I have a feeling you could probably access the one that's back 4, but I don't think your shooter will end up in a great position just by staying there. So I do like this call by Steph. She's in control of the game right now, up 2 with hammer, so no need to take any unnecessary chances.
No, and absolutely, if she can keep the front of the 4 foot clear for her last shot, that's going to be her goal at this point. Sweep it right over. That's a good shot.
Didn't really want to cover probably that blue rock, but by playing the hit here, obviously, though, you are giving your opposition a chance to lie 3. But as you said, Terry, the 4 foot's wide open right now. So that's the main thing that Steph's trying to do. Meredith trying to hit the stick here.
Yeah, because Team Baier will definitely want to be scoring this end, and technically, all things go as they should, would have 2 hammers left to 1, so definitely be an advantage. It rolled just a little bit too far.
Yeah, that was very close.
Now where that red card rolled, you're right, it is kind of guarding that blue one now.
So Emily needs to decide what her end goal is here, her objective of this end. And I think with getting 2 big points in the last one, I would think that, I mean, you're not really set up for a steal, so I would think you want to force your opposition to a single. So I think if I was Emily, I would maybe be drawing away from that side of the ice, the corner guard, and try and keep play away from there. And as long as you continue to lie to, you're going to force your opposition to have to take a single point. But if you come deep here behind that guard and you give Steph potentially an out. So that would just be my thought.
Yes, I agree 100%, Melissa. And I do remember someone who coached me at one point saying it's never a great idea to be going around corner guards when you do not have a hammer.
Now Steph gets one in there really, really good, then it's going to be very hard for Team Bulls to get it out. So anyway,
yeah, I really liked your point about splitting the house there, because that is one really good way to force your opponent to one. Looks like Sarah Wark made a bit of a comeback there on the sheet next to us, Melissa, and scoring a 3 in the 6th end for bringing that game to within 2 points, with Hafley 6 ahead of Sarah Wark 4.
Yeah, great end there for teamwork for sure. Oh, and this is one of those in-betweens again, I think. A little heavy. Ooh. Harry, is it shot rock?
Well, I'm going to say it's red.
I think you are right.
Looks like
just probably 2
Emily's
feet
going to come down.
So
well, it looks pretty easy from up here.
Let's see much of the way of the updates of the men's side there. It looks like Pierce got 1, so they're only down a single point in the 5th. Montgomery is tied Team Park now at 3-3. Not sure if those are up to date. I think they might be another end ahead. We just haven't seen yet. This is looking pretty good.
Coming in pretty darn good.
Lovely shot. It was a really nice shot by Emily there.
Yeah, and the danger here is if they just still keep drawing up to the house or drawing up to the rock and not really tapping it or anything, they run out of room to be shot rock. So to make a decision at some point where you really want that rock to be, if I'm not mistaken.
Now Steph will try and freeze to this one on the center line side, but the good thing is that's for her last one, the 4-foot is wide open, and that is what her goal would be, is obviously to score a point here if she can, based on the scenario. You're going to be able to eat dinner before your game, Terry? That's really
key. That's a $1 million question. My chef hasn't delivered any dinner yet, so.
That's terrible news.
Terrible.
If he wants you to perform at your best during your mix game, he probably should provide you some dinner.
This is looking really nice.
You want to bump it too far.
Oh, a little bit of a bump. Yeah.
And it's hard to
a
see
lot of backing back there.
Emily thinks she does have the room to get to the inside of that red stone. You know, there's always the critics out there, hey? You always have things to say.
Always.
I don't think I did, though, just FYI. Someone's accusing me of yawning. I don't really think I did.
I don't think you did either, but the trouble is now that we've said yawn, you know one of us is going to yawn.
Oh, yeah. Let's see who does it first.
Okay. Holding back.
If I don't look at you, I won't yawn. All right, big shot here for Team Bowls. If they can ever get to the inside of this, they'll be relying, well, depending on how much they can push that red stone out. And nice back line. Well, she's got about a halfway here. This is really close. Really close. Oh,
that's a great shot. Well, Steph does have room to pop it out of there.
Does she have the ability to do that, though? Those other two blue stones, it's hard to see it on the angles for us.
Yeah.
Where's our overheads?
I keep leaning my head around, but that really doesn't do any good. No, it doesn't. But it kind of looks like she could just hit it on the far left side there, Melissa, and just.
This is one of those situations, really. Kind of a risk versus reward, but you draw for your one and just ensure you get your one, which it looks like what Steph's going to do. Because the number one thing you don't want to do is A, mess with second shot, because it's your only thing that's saving you right now. But two, if you happen to hit that blue stone wrong and you only get to one anyway, it's a much harder shot, right? So I do like this call. Just throw the easier shot right now. You've got a good control of the game, and you can get your single here.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a deuce, but at this point she's up 2 points. It's the sixth end. She can get 1 point here. She still retains her hammer in the eighth end. A pretty good situation for her.
Believe it or not, there's still another draw tonight at 8:30. There's another draw going on. 4 draws today. Long day for all the athletes, volunteers, everyone who's done such a great job of putting this event on. And this one looks like it's off a bit light.
Hold the string a little bit. Okay. See how this works for momentum.
Oh, almost forgot to change the ends here. There we go. It's a great job by Team Bulls, continuously applying the pressure to Team JB. And we get away with a steal of 1. Got some really close games on the men's side still. Park Montgomery's tied. Pierce and Clybrinker are now tied as well, 3-3. And Connolly still with that 2-point edge over Team Bernard. So lots of close games other than just the Fenton game that is over already.
So again, this end, I mean, Emily Bowles just wants to keep that momentum and keep making some great shots, and Team Jackson-Baier just needs to settle into their game plan and make good shots.
Yeah, so Team Bowles is working with Logan Miron this year as their coach, and in this situation, you're down 1 in the what end, Terry? 7th?
Seventh end.
Seventh end. So do you've got to decide what you want to happen in the 7th end. So down 1 without, are you trying to force your opposition to a single? You probably don't want them to blank and then give them hammer coming home. So if you're trying to force them, you throw up the center guard, which is exactly what Emily Bowles did. If you want to maybe take control of the end, you would go in maybe top 4 and let them throw a corner guard and see what happens. But if you do come in, there's always that chance that Steph would have hit it and then would have tried to blank the end. So great call there by Emily, assuming that was in their game plan.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Melissa, that if they had gone in, that Steph would have been really happy to let's just hit them back and forth and blank the end and retain that hammer.
And this is is confirming what we thought about their game plan. They're throwing another center guard. So they're really trying for the force here.
Stephanie doesn't want to come deep yet.
No.
Nice draw, but probably deeper than she would have really liked.
Yeah, that's really not where you want to stop. And you could see Steph once she moved heavy. She really wanted them to take it as far back as possible. That forward back button is not your friend.
I'm really loving these ice conditions, though, Melissa, and I have to admit I'm a little jealous because of what I might see later on tonight at my own club. But it's a fantastic job with the ice.
What have you got for curl at the Nanaimo Curling Club?
Well, kind of depends what sheet you're on, and it kind of depends which side of the sheet you're on. And it kind of depends whether you're home or away. Let's just say that it's not real consistent yet, but they're working hard at it.
That's all you can ask.
That's all we can ask.
So decision time here for Steph. She's got to decide what her game plan is, and I do like this call. You can try and clear up the front a little bit. She can either keep the blank alive here, or maybe have a chance to get a deuce. But I don't think she wants to keep playing into the 4-foot area as that continues to shrink. There's probably only going to be one.
Oh, this is
scoring. Oh boy, that is a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
That was Liz, unfortunately, just got a little wide. It's just probably a little wide on her release there, and it just doesn't come back with that peel weight at all.
No, and that was definitely peel weight. So you see Steph and Kayla here discussing, probably just mapping out what they're going to do for their next steps, assuming this shot is made.
We've got, I have to decide, I guess, at this point. This one looks like it's really curly, and I don't know if it has the weight to get in there. Doesn't look like it. Now you've got 3 guards. You have to decide at some point when you're going to just forget about it. And Steph knows she doesn't want to forget about it, but I don't think you maybe now have to play the one in the rings.
Well, this is Kayla's first rock, correct?
I think this is Liz still. Liz is second.
Oh, is this Liz? Okay.
So because of that, we could potentially peel.
Yeah, I think I like that.
It's too bad you can't see enough of the ones that are closer to the rings. That would be ideal. But yeah, it might be worth on your second to give it another run at it.
I think if you hit this in a really sweet spot, you really could get them all moving. Danger is that one might sort of spin back in. I don't know why I keep looking around, because I can't look around her.
First off,
no speed on this.
Oh, we'll do it the other way.
Well, look at that.
Didn't get rid of any guards for sure, but it definitely got rid of shot rock. So a little bit of an extra bonus there, I'd say.
Bonus there. Absolutely a little bonus, but good opportunity here for Team Bowls to really bury one in there. Those guards are really staggered now. Definitely light.
I'm going to guess that Steph will not be peeling on the next one. I'm trying to figure out how to get a deuce here with 4 guards out front. I don't think it's probably worth trying to peel anything. You've got one in the top 12 there. Not your ideal plan
like here, Melissa?
In 7. I don't know if I'd peel at this point. I mean, I know your thirds first. Is it maybe time to get in there?
I think I'd be a little bit tempted to go in, but...
Yeah, I think she's probably feeling it's a little tiny bit early, but... You know, I don't know. What good is going to come out of peeling here? I don't know. Unless you can get 2 to go. But I think her key here is she's really feeling she wants to open up the 4-foot, which I understand. Kayla's going to come down and have a look and a chat.
Yeah, because you've got them right a triangle there. And
just don't know if you can get rid of 2 and your shooter the way it's all set up. Not without hurting the one that's in the top 12. I think I would be drawing, to be honest.
You know, because if you ever, I don't know, is it a crazy call to come around with the in-turn draw? And if you ever chipped your red in a little bit better, that's not terrible.
No, I don't think that's terrible. My only concern is depending on where the shooter rolls. Would you set up a hit and roll?
Yeah.
Maybe. Right
I love
now,
this if you can get right around.
Yeah, if you can get one fully buried right around top 4, you're in a very good position here.
I agree. And just skinny the blue guard on the far left there. See if I can get a time on this.
Looks like we have a 6-6 tie going into the 8th end between Wark and McBelly.
Oh, Wark has made a real comeback there.
Wonderful comeback. You can see them on the right-hand side there. They are playing the 8th end now. They're still in end 7.
That's a good testament to never giving up.
Exactly.
Oh, and this one's just light too, Melissa. I missed the time on that, and I wonder if the ice is just, as I like to say, fudging up a little bit in the center path there.
Yeah, it could be.
See if I can catch this one.
Getting dark in your room, Terry. Don't
It
fall
is getting
asleep on
dark
us.
in my room. I'll try not to. Gotta stay awake for that big game at the Friday night, or the 9 o'clock club.
The first one to get one in
early
here, Terry.
too.
In good shape. He's close.
Got about a 14-15 on that one. Again, it's pretty hard to catch that pond line, but
great brushing there by Gabby. Just almost got it by. So quite an opportunity here now for Team JB to get the hit and roll behind the big wall.
yeah.
Where is
And
she
that
going to
is
draw?
definitely a wall.
She's sitting
She is gonna
shot
draw.
rock. She is going to draw.
She is sitting shot.
Uh-oh, I think I might yawn first.
Oh boy.
It was close. It was close.
It is dark in here.
Yeah, do you like the draw over the hit and roll?
Well, they both have, I mean, if you make the draw, it's perfect. If you go for the hit and you nose it, it's not great because it then has the opportunity right back.
Yeah, I guess my concern is that if you leave that rock there, it does give bowls an opportunity to use it at some point here, but I completely understand the draw because they are sitting shot stone and now they're sitting one. Ooh, I don't know if they're sitting second now though.
Did they touch that blue?
It did, yeah.
But you're right, Team Bowls can also use that rock. I think I might have to turn on a light in here. There we go. Maybe I should
That's a
invest
bit
in a
better.
lamp.
So it looks like Emily's thinking that she can't see enough of either of the red stones to play a hit, which I kind of get. It's a very difficult hit and trying to keep your shooter in place. So they've elected now to go wide and try and get one around all of those stones, including the one in the top 12.
Yeah, I really like this call, Melissa, because if she ever did hit basically what she can see of the red stone that's in the 8-foot there, she would likely roll away and just give that path right back to Team Baier to come right in there again and bury.
Exactly.
Turned out to be a very interesting end.
It has. Oh, discussion time. Yeah, I'm not sure you can really hit anything here. I can see what Gabby's thinking, but I don't think. Do we call a
I'm not
timeout?
sure
I don't know if we have timeouts.
I am not sure.
I'm not sure that this is really here, actually. Yeah, it looks like maybe Coach Logan coming down. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if we could just turn off the microphone so we could hear.
What would your call be here, Melissa? The draw? The intern draw?
I think the draw myself.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Logan, talk to the iPad. I don't think you can get the double off those two and then roll your shooter back towards the center. I don't think that that's possible at all. And I think that's what Gabby was indicating. So I think you've got to try and figure out how to get in there before Steph does and out count their red stones. Either hit and roll off your blue one, which is very dangerous because then you're getting rid of potentially what we think is second shot, or you do the the intern draw, which is the one that I like as well, and I think you did too, Terry.
Yeah, I really do at this point because I think there's just a lot of things that can go wrong. Even if you hit that perfectly.
Here comes Patty Caldwell to tell coach that timeout's over.
Time's up.
Logan's actually playing in this event as well, so he's got double duty this weekend. So he's a busy guy.
I give players and coaches a lot of credit that do that, and we do see it. I mean, even at the elite level with Reed Carruthers, who, is one of the top men's team coaching, arguably one of the top women's teams, and that would take a lot of focus. So back to the original call, which I think you and I have agreed is probably the best call.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the best call for sure. Big shot here for Emily Bowles.
Big shot. Looks like she's curling early. Maybe not. Maybe not. Just a little light. I think the line would have been great if she'd had a little bit more weight.
I think so too. I do think, well, it's hard to tell from our angle, but I don't know if they punched that red one in for second shot or not.
Yeah, so Team Baier still has the shot rock, and we're not sure, but at least she's sitting one. It looks like she's opting for the draw to come right around.
So it looks like Clybrink is up 5-3 over Pierce. Connolly 4-2 over Bernard. And Park is up 4-3 over Montgomery. They should all be very close to be playing the 8th ends.
Good close games.
Look over to our side there. That's Montgomery Park, so in the 7th end. How's your timing, Terry?
I wish we could game I got half an hour
to get on the ice.
To be on the ice, yeah.
How far are you from your club?
Lots of fun. I'm gonna say about 12 minutes.
All right, we still got a minute or two.
Might be on your own after this end, Melissa, sadly.
I can talk to myself. It's all good.
Well, I'm sure you can. Well, they're just getting fooled on the draw speed. These last few shots.
The only good thing about that shot of Steph's there, even though it's not, in their first shot, it does block the in-turn path. So now forces Emily Bowles to have to go to the other side and figure out what they're going to do. I think
it's also a stone that Stephanie could use to promote.
Exactly. I'm just wondering I think they think that maybe, I don't know, they're not sure who's
their second
shot.
Yeah. And again, the path for Stephanie's draw looked just beautiful if she had another few feet of weight.
So if they try and hit the red shot stone, we know that not a lot will happen with that shooter. I mean, it might, if you throw it in soft weight, it might just roll in front of your other blue stone. But if it ever rolls out, then Steph has a chance for an easy 2. I'm wondering if there's a hit and roll off their own blue one, but pardon me?
Yeah, I think it's for 2. I think that blue. Yeah, it's really hard to see without the overhead.
So are we thinking that they're
trying to just even come in off it? Maybe a little tick off their blue? I'm not sure.
I think so.
I mean, if they ever got one buried in there, it would be, depending where it is, it might be trouble for Team Baier. They've still got that blue-red kind of lined up, depending where, if a rock ever did end up somewhere near the 4 foot.
I think this is over curling.
Yeah.
Now, maybe a plan B here. Well, Kayla thinks it's red. So this is pretty much a straightforward tap for 2, potentially 3 if Kayla's right.
Mm-hmm.
Exact same shot, just an extra 3-4 feet of weight.
That was a hard shot they just tried by Team Bowles there. Very tough shot.
And it looks like we did have a final in the other women's game. It's Team Offelli 7, Teamwork 6. So great comeback there by Teamwork, but unfortunately just fell a little bit short in the last end.
But that's a great finish for that team though, when you're down, you're down 6-0 and you come back to tie the game going into the 8th end. I'd say that's a good confidence booster there.
Looks like this has to curl a bit, but the weight's pretty darn close, I think.
I think so. She doesn't have to move it much.
Well, needs a bit of weight there. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, really nice.
Just, I think. Just. So 2 for sure?
2 for sure.
We're just going to have another discussion on whether it's 3. probably makes a big difference as well, if depending if it's 3, if Bowles actually plays the 8th end. It'll be up to them. They are going to measure by the looks of it.
Well, I know there's some strong suspense, and I'd really like to see the outcome of this, but I think I have to leave you, Melissa.
Okay, well, I can text you, let you know what happened.
Okay. It has been my pleasure to share this commentating duties with you tonight, and hopefully we can do it again. Cheers,
All
everybody.
right, thanks for joining us, Terry Palanchuk. Have a good game tonight.
My pleasure.
I'm just going to remove you, and then you should be able to log off. All right, we're just waiting to see here if Team Jackson-Baier has indeed scored 2 or 3. They've already got 2 in the bank. And now we're just waiting for the measure for the 3rd point or not. And it is that close, so they are going to go around one more time. And it looks like it was blue. So it is 2 on the board for Steph Jackson-Baier. And they will take a 3-point lead heading into the 8th end. And as they head into the 8th end, I am going to leave you, but I will leave the game up and running so that you can watch the 8th end. So thank you for joining us, and enjoy the 8th end of the game.
didn't feel like it was that bad.
No, I like
I
Pro.
like it. Yeah, it's felt maybe a little hot.
I got 96, so it's hot.
But that should be okay.
Yeah.
Ah!
It,
I know, I needed to ask for less.
oh, my bad!
I love curling, I promise.
I probably look crazy.
Oh, the camera is the iPad.